She was 37 years old before she even got anywhere near a spotlight. 37. 5 kids, a piano player, working, I think we were writing ad copy for a radio station in San Francisco, goes to the Purple Onion. You really do get to talk. I'll be through in about 5 minutes. Goes to the Purple Onion, and here's a housewife from St. Louis in San Francisco at the Purple Onion, knocks them out. What a career, my dear. and you have had... 85 was a big year. This is hardly the way we want to start.
85? I'm only 70.
Oh, that's... No, the year 1985.
Oh.
I suppose by now you're getting tired of having people tell you how wonderful you look.
No, I never get tired of that. Because for the first 12 years of my life, I wore a choke chain.
You're a size 6.
Oh.
Are you, well...
No, I just know how to dress.
But not only do you look so well rested, but you've obviously, are you jogging, eating birdseed? What are you doing to take care of yourself?
Well, I tell you what, the last operation I had, they removed cobwebs. You know, I do believe in surgery, and I do that. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I was pronounced dead, but I got a second opinion.
And the phone... You have...
I never heard that before.
You don't have any intention of sitting on the back porch and...
Oh. I had it removed.
Huh?
I had it removed.
Oh, the back...
Oh, yes. Oh, I would think of doing that. No.
You like the action, and you're still working hard as ever in an age when... it seemed to me 20 years ago, 10 even... people got to be 70 and they became emeritus, you know, and they stood up and got a lot of plaques. Boy, you are working for a living, my
The only plaque I have is on my teeth.
And you're still doing, I'll be fine here, I can do this. You're still doing concerts?
No, I gave that up. I have priorities. That's the only thing about age that, you know, you learn. And from 71 to 81, I played the piano. But then I realized that it was becoming work.
Yeah.
So I have a new hobby. I paint. Yes.
Well, we'll look for your show.
Well, you see, with that, you can carry a brush easier than a piano.
Phyllis, you're going to bear up with us for this hour because we do have more than one surprise for you.
Oh, you do?
Yes, yes, we do. In fact, we have a mystery guest. And once again, I'm going to sound like Ralph Edwards.
Oh.
Can the mystery guest hear me? I presume so. Huh? Oh, well, yes. I'm sorry. You make me so nervous. Birthdays make me crazy. Here's Phyllis's first network appearance. I don't know what the year. We'll have you tell. This is her first network appearance. Roll that tape.
Well, I'm really not a housewife anymore.
You got 5 kids and you're not a housewife?
I beat the rap.
You mean your kids came through with push-button controls? How is it you're able to get away from housewifing?
I'm an entertainer.
Could you do a little of your act now?
I'd love to.
Say 30 or 40 minutes?
It's kind of difficult. I mean, I can't.
I know it is, but the audience, they're in a receptive mood right now.
Well, I know they like my dress. But Mr. Marks was talking about his psychiatrist, and I decided I'd surely better be well-adjusted before I went into such a shaky business. And so I decided I should be analyzed, and I went to this analyst. He's helped me a great deal. In fact, I am so much better now that I get to sit up. Well, he's cured me of a lot of things that were making me pretty insecure, like, well, I used to be freckled, and he cured me of that. This is rust.
Are the 5 kids in the audience when this goes on?
If they were, I'd be doing better, you know.
What year?
1956.
How do you feel when you see that?
Well, I feel that face keeps me humble. That's the old nose, the old beak, the old teeth, that was the first bag dress that was ever worn on television.
Sack dresses.
Sack, that's right, sack. And you know, they absolutely outlawed them. This is the beginning days of television, and they said you cannot wear these on television because, you know, that was the days when they wore those little pinched-in waists, and it was kind of a corset thing. And on the dancing girls, they'd move their shoulders, and the body didn't move. It was the funniest thing, you know.
Now, I'm in sync. Is there a mystery guest, and does the mystery guest have anything to say?
I
Okay.
would like. Are you ready?
Yes.
I would like to say happy birthday to the world's second greatest ping pong player.
That's my daughter.
It sure is. This is your youngest, your baby of your youngest daughter. This is Stephanie Waldron, who's come from California to say happy
Really?
birthday, Mama. Come on out here, Stephanie.
Oh, my God. Oh, what a thrill.
I know it.
What a thrill, yes, here.
I don't know why these shows make me nuts.
Oh, they make me nuts, too.
Yes, I know. This is, but you'll hold up. I almost said youngest child. I'm not sure that's true. Is it, Stephanie?
No, it's not.
You're the youngest daughter. Okay.
Youngest daughter, yeah.
How often do you see Mom?
Often enough.
Listen.
Get everything in place.
Are we?
Great ping pong player.
And are we gorgeous or not?
Oh,
I mean,
hey,
did you let her
wait.
out of the house or what?
Hey, was that hair?
Yeah. You
It's her own.
you had quite a childhood. You had a mother who did not get professional, as we say, or even try to become professional until she was 37. It had to be a little bit different for you as a child. I mean, you were not always on one house within the church choir, and your mother was busy when you were small, the 50s, and this was not a time that necessarily welcomed mothers going to work. That's so. How am I doing?
Fine.
Tell us your own feelings and memories.
My own feelings. I had a very colorful childhood. I hope I don't cry. But it was fun. We had great highs and great lows.
Talk about the highs.
There were separations, but when Mother was there, it was fantastic. It was just fantastic.
So you're not unlike a lot of show business children. You're not about to write a Mommy Dearest book. We know that because our own research tells us that you enjoyed a relationship with your mother in adulthood. Listen to my mother. But you also want us to say that it had to be different, and you don't have to be in show business to miss mother or father, but it was true in your case, as young as you were, you probably were disappointed at Mama's absence.
Well, Stephanie especially was one of the younger ones, and the thing is, I keep saying to them in their adulthood that I regret that I wasn't there. And they always say, but we had a lovely time.
We did.
You see, they claim that
We
it wasn't
did.
that bad, and I say, but it was bad, you know.
But I wouldn't be who I am if it weren't for all that.
Yeah, well, that's just it. They claim that those special experiences. Well, we did have some. The highs were when, like, in the summer, we spent a whole summer on a boat in Sausalito Harbor.
Right. And the tide used to rise in the living room. We kids, we'd measure it every day. It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Because, you see, it was an old wheat boat and was stuck on the bottom. So it didn't go up with the tide. The tide.
How many grandchildren do you have?
4. Stephanie is the mother of a 10-year-old genius.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God, there's no doubt about that. He has his own business cards, and he's had them for several years.
True.
Had them printed himself, went to the printer, because the mother is a good mother, knows how to mother. Yeah. She must have learned it somewhere.
Was she a nudnik mother? What I mean to say is, was she always helping and giving advice when it wasn't solicited, or were you able to call her?
She still does that. No,
I wasn't really very much around. We just had a relationship. We were always attached, but
there's no doubt the most influential person. Mother has been a good example to be a good person.
And also, you're not likely to be left out independently, unable to take care of yourself, given the fortitude your mother had.
Except she taught me to take care of myself.
That's what I mean.
That's
and
what he meant.
She taught you not only with her instruction, but in the way she lived.
Well, the thing that my children are, they said I shouldn't call them children, my people are, is honest.
Honest.
Honest, clean, honest. Boy, there's with what we go through every day with the New York government, things, it is a great thing of pride that I have these honest people. I mean, I really feel that's something.
So there are rewards to motherhood. Sometimes. Oh, you do have a delivery, huh?
I tell you, it's a circus. It is a circus. Did you say, what is this? It says here, from Suzanne and Paul. That's another daughter and the oldest grandson. Do I look good with balloons?
Yes, you do. Phyllis, we feel very honored to be joining you in this, at least one of the many celebrations that you will have. You're looking 70 in the eye, and you don't care, do you?
No.
Uh-huh. How'd you get so secure, my good woman?
It took 70 years.
And we'll be back with more surprises in just a moment.
I can't.
On the occasion of her 70th birthday in the company of her youngest daughter, Stephanie. Is there a mystery guest there, please? Hello, mystery guest.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you. Go ahead.
Phil, we've got to rush this show because Phyllis is due back in Shangri-La in about 56 minutes. Phyllis, dear, it must be hell to be beautiful.
Kay Ballard.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kay Ballard.
I saw you on that special just the other night. Oh, my golly.
Oh, I said it. I don't know if you heard it, but it must be hell to be this beautiful.
Oh, get you. Have you met Stephanie?
Gorgeous. Oh, Stephanie and I have been rattling backstage.
Oh, I see, rattling, of course.
You've been pals for a while.
Yes.
A long time.
She is always trying to get me out of black. So she sends me material from Hong Kong or Singapore, whatever. But she doesn't understand that even if I were skinny mini, black is my favorite color. When I was little, being Italian, I had black swaddling clothes. Sweet Phyllis.
I saw you the other night on a wonderful NBC special, the Brandon Tartikoff thing. I hope you all saw that, and you were fantastic.
Thank you, Phyllis. She's always been
You've
so
been
supportive.
cheerleaders, have you, for each other?
Yes,
Oh, yes.
So there are no sunshine girls, so to speak. There is no, you share the joy of a hit or a good monologue.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. The joy for me is we did a special together. She came to do a special for me for nothing. Burt Reynolds and Phyllis Diller and Debbie Reynolds, and the producer was a crook. And no one will ever see that special, but what was interesting is we did a bit together, and I played my flute, and she played the piano, and it was hilarious. You will never know how hilarious that was.
Phyllis,
Because you'll never see it.
Because, you know why it was hilarious? Here I am at the piano being very grand. And here is Kay being very grand with the flute, because, let's face it, it's a classical instrument. It's very difficult to play. And as we played, one by one, this huge symphony orchestra left. Sneaked off the stage, and we were left with just the two of us.
And then I said to her, I said, Phil, we don't need them. So I started to play and hit a clinker. And you remember what you said? I went... And then what did you say?
I forget.
She got up and walked out and said, the broad is bad.
I have a telephone guest. Is there a caller on the telephone?
Yes, sir.
You had something, I think, to say to Miss Diller, did you not, my good man?
Pardon?
You had something you wanted to say to Phyllis.
Yes, this is Bob Hope, and I just wanted to understand that you're recognizing that child today. And I think so. And I don't know what head she's wearing, but I'll tell you, I hope you can recognize her because she's one of our dears, you know. And we love her. And I just want to apologize for some of the things I've said about her, you know, like when she was born, the doctor slapped her mother right in the mouth.
You worked, Phyllis did the first Vietnam trip with you. Is it 2 decades now? Or it's a long time ago when Phyllis accompanied you to Vietnam.
66.
Can you hear me, Bobby?
Am I still on?
Yes, you are.
I just called up. I'm here in St. Louis, and I just called up just to say hello to my love there, Phyllis.
Tell her.
You know how most comedians, Phil, they never die. They just lose their parts. Well, the most wonderful part about that girl there is she's rich enough to buy new ones. And I'm so glad you're honoring her today because she is something else. She's a delight for the world.
We're flattered at your stopping. You're probably on the golf course, but we know that you have a professional commitment in St. Louis and could not be with us. We thank you, Bob, for stopping in, and I know Phyllis.
Great talking to you, Phil.
Yes.
Phyllis, love you.
Love you.
Thank you, Bob.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Thank you, Bob. Now this isn't over. Huh? I'm not used to this kind of rigid format. Maybe I should give you a chance. If you want to, just throw something in. If you want to get in this thing, I'll give you a chance. I promise. I'm telling you, we've got some very good audiences here in Connecticut.
Hi, I wear black too. It's a nice color.
Oh, good.
I just wanted to ask Miss Diller, is it you or someone else who designs all the wigs and crazy costumes that you wear?
Well, some of my clothing I design, but I only design what I wear for real, like this. But the stage clothes were designed in Australia, and the man has, in the meantime, been put away.
Is the mystery guest back there, please? And did you have anything you wanted to say to Miss Diller on the occasion of her 70th birthday?
Phyllis, dear, do you remember when you and I competed for the new face of the year? Not Carol Channing. It's not Billy Graham.
Virginia Graham.
Can you guess? Girl talk.
Is it Virginia Graham? Oh.
Come on out here, honey.
Oh, my God.
Who else?
Oh, my sweetheart.
I'm so glad to see
you too, dear.
Thank you. I should wear my ring when it shows. Yes.
God.
From me to me with love.
Well, quite obviously, I'll have very little to do for the rest of this program.
Forget it. Let me tell you about this girl.
I certainly will.
This girl is not to be believed because when we first met, we both were delighted that Entertainment Tonight would tell us our age. That's how long we've known each other. Do you know what they do, those dogs? They never knew I was living this year. Happy birthday. The Chicago Fire and I. So at any rate, you're a baby, you know.
Oh,
Yes.
get off.
Oh, I'm 75.
7'5".
Oh, wow.
The part of me that is younger was sucked away. Well, anyhow, getting back to my little friend, I was playing in St. Charles, and we had a mutual friend there, a mutual agony in the play, and I learned what a great cook she is. She should write a cookbook called The Gourmet Can Opener. She made a whole dinner out of the can, which is where we went when we ate it. But it was absolutely fantastic. And then one day she came on the show with the late Toady Fields, whom they really embalmed in your potato salad. Did you know that? Phyllis Diller found the definitive potato salad, and we had Toady Fields on then, who had realized that home meat can be good. She had not had herself rearranged at that time. And Phyllis brought us, do you remember, from down in Soho, German potato salad.
No, I had made it.
Oh, you had made it, but you had gotten it out of the delicatessen.
It took me 8 months. No, I had made it, and I brought it from California. I used to carry things
You
around.
brought that potato salad we ate? That's 8 months?
It killed 3 people.
Oh.
Honest to God, I made it myself, but it took me 8 months to figure out the recipe because the deli on 8th Street would not give me the recipe.
Best potato salad you've ever, you belched in every tone. So anyhow, so she came on with a big container of potato salad, and we had not known about Toady Fields then. She was in Braille. And so Phyllis said, I want all of you to taste the potato salad. Now, this was a half-hour program on Girl Talk, Girl Squawk. And Phyllis ate, Toady ate the entire container with the sour cream.
Running down.
That's the cure. See sour cream on it, and the onions hanging out. The dogs were barking all over America, and she never got to say a word.
She didn't want to. She was so happy. She would not give up the dish, and it was hanging. She knows how to play it. She was so funny. Yeah. She had the long stringy stuff hanging out of her mouth, and she never said a word, just kept eating.
I liked her for that.
You remember Scarface Al Capone?
That don't like
Well, she and I have scars no one will ever see, right, sweetheart?
What's that?
Our scars are not to be seen.
What stars?
Scars!
Oh, scars! My hearing is
Every time a plastic surgeon meets me, he says, what can I do next? No.
Well, Virginia, let us make this point. 75.
That's right.
I do not have to tell you that does not make you alone. So many increasingly...
elderly women.
Well, I'll tell you this. The women are getting to 75 with a lot more success than are the males. How's it doing? What's it like? Do you date? Do you go to single bars? What do you do?
Yes, I do. I go alone. Well, I'm a widow, which I'm coming on to talk to you about in March, about my new book, Is There Life After Harry? Really.
Yes.
And when you are 75, it is a wonderful thing because you can eat at night. You can talk on the phone all you want. You don't have to hide your new clothes because your husband is not there to ask you, what did you need that thing for? So the men I've met come up to my navel. They smell of old age. So I love being the way I am. I love it.
It's fun. There's no reason not to look forward to this. May I say, hoping not to sound patronizing, you look marvelous. And you are a celebration. You are both celebrations for...
we are.
There's something to look forward to. I can't wait to be 70 or 75. And we'll be back in just a moment. Look at this. You still do a lot of monologue stuff, Phyllis.
Yes,
you do a lot of... That's where the comedy is going. It's going to the folks who've perhaps seen more movies than others.
I think you look marvelous. When did you first have your first plastic surgery on your face? I'm thinking about it. That's why.
Well, it's too early for you. You're too young. I was 55. It was 1971, something like that. And I think what made me go in, I saw myself on the tube, and it was the eye bags and something down here had happened. I looked like I was storing nuts. But then it's been a continuous process. It covers a whole sheet, and
Right.
I know every plastic surgeon on the planet.
But you did go back again. Did you have some work done in 85? That's what I meant about
Oh, I've had it endlessly. I mean, it's my hobby.
Well,
Courageous.
okay.
Yeah, I've only had one, and it didn't hurt at all. Kay was in a basket, but I loved it.
Hated it. Hated it.
Fabulous.
We've all done it.
She is so
We've all
bad. I
done
called
it,
her every
honey.
10 minutes.
That's right, because, they call me if they think they're dying.
There is no pain to it at all. The only pain is pain.
Tell me about hating it, Kay.
Well, first of all, I have claustrophobia. So I had this done. I called Phyllis. I said, Phyllis, am I supposed to feel this? And it was like I was choking, and I thought, my God, if I can't swallow, what happens? Because you are bandaged, and it goes like that. So I don't think I'd do it again. I'm going to grow old gracefully.
My doctor didn't use one piece of gauze, and Kay has a low threshold for pain. Wonderful human being, but very low threshold.
No, if I look like this, it'd be different. I mean, Phyllis happens to look gorgeous.
Oh.
I had a great doctor, though.
Well,
I
you
really
look
did.
bad. You look very young.
Oh, thank you. I waited
You look
for that.
very young.
But she's the baby.
That's
She's
right.
the baby in the crowd.
Yes.
Look at Stephanie. I hope you're enjoying this, Stephanie. Kate, you...
I'm 60.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Romper room.
I'm sitting here looking, and I just see 3 wonderful women, and I just wondered if you had any advice for still newlywed on what's to come in marriage and life. Yeah.
How long have you been married?
Well, I'm coming up on my first year.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
I would have 52, but I didn't let him live. But the thing is, the most wonderful thing about a marriage is to get tune off and never get angry at the same time. And remember, darling, that his mother did it. Everything.
By tune off, you mean...
Don't listen. The latest thing till now is, you know, they used to say about how bad children are. Now it's go have parents.
I would say, Phil, to the young lady who also wears black, darling, married just a short while and already in mourning. Well, I'll tell you what, the way I feel about marriage, the happiest day of my life will be when I can look in the refrigerator and see Fang's face on a milk bottle.
We get it.
She'll know it's thanks as a milk full of curdles.
That's true.
Not unlike the woman who went to the store and saw Paul Newman on popcorn. Paul Newman on, what else is he on? He's on salad dressing.
Salad
What
dressing.
else? Something else.
Italian
What?
sauce.
Spaghetti sauce. She said, I didn't even know he was missing. I got one in.
Ah, cute.
We'll take that out of the tape. I do have another mystery guest. Did you have something you'd care to say to the birthday girl?
Phyllis, 70 years old, you never look better. Your hair today, why don't you take it off and pass it around so everyone can see it close up?
Phyllis, this is just one of the many, many talented people who've made it, and for no small reason because of the big door that you opened a long time ago when women in comedy was no picnic, just trying to climb the big hill. Here's a woman who's done very, very well indeed. Here is Pudgy. Come on in here.
Pudgy. Oh, my God. Have we got fun? Hello. Oh, you look so good. Oh, my dear. Hello. Oh, my goodness. What a surprise all
She's
this
helped
is.
me to keep working, I'll tell you that. Not only just a female comedian, but she has gone into clubs and they'll say, there's this girl, Pudgy. She's told owners to hire me, and you don't know what that means in the business.
So there is a sisterhood.
It means a way out of a balloon mortgage is what it means. Yes, definitely.
Well, you must have, we don't want to say, you know, you watched her when you were a child.
But she did.
I did. I did.
With you, if we
Sorry,
say it
me.
out loud.
I like children to watch me.
Oh, me too.
In fact, I just want to emphasize one thing. We should all be nice to our children because they will be choosing a nursing home. Oh, that's fabulous. Oh.
In the 1970s, you starred in a show, HR Puff and Stuff. Do you think that was a big impetus in your coming up with your career?
I didn't hear the first part.
HR Puff and Stuff she starred in?
It was a semi-puppet, semi-cartoon show.
Are you talking to Kay or me?
No, to you, Miss Diller.
A puppet show?
It was,
You mean the Muppets?
it was similar to the
I
Muppets.
think that was Elizabeth Taylor.
Diller.
What was that question?
HR Puff and Stuff. You were on a show with...
Somebody else.
She was...
No, that's Philly Hayes.
That was obviously in another life.
Well, no, that's Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, I must tell you that Phyllis has lived before. She was Shirley MacLaine's mother. 4 times.
Happy birthday, Miss Diller.
Thank
I
you.
heard you paved the way for female comedians. Were there any competition of other female comedians at the time?
Well, now, what year did you start?
I started way before you.
What year?
1944, right out of...
Well, then Kay preceded me, and
Yeah,
I
but
think...
she's a singer. She's a great actress.
She's a terrific
Well, no,
singer.
Phyllis is absolutely the first
Comic.
stand-up comic.
I probably am the first stand-up comic, which is a sort of a different category. Kay is a fantastic musician, a fantastic singer. The best, there's no doubt about it.
Yes.
But I wanted... No doubt about
Yes,
it.
but my big mouth kept me out of the big time. Go ahead.
Which performer have you enjoyed working with the most over the years?
Which performer have you enjoyed?
Well, yeah, Hope is a doll to work with. I'll tell you why. He likes to get everything in the first take.
Bob Hope.
Oh, yes, and he doesn't like a second take, and I love that because
the energy isn't the same.
That's right, and besides, the audience has heard it once. And another thing, it's spontaneous the first time, you know? You wouldn't want to have a baby twice, the same one.
Oh, and what about your wedding night?
That's the truth.
First take was not so good, yes.
Telling a joke the second time is cold egg.
What made you go into show business? You were a housewife?
Yes, I was.
A hungry housewife.
Well, actually, it was Stephanie's father, Sherwood Diller, who made me go into show business. He said, you must become a comic. And I pointed out, I said, you see these 5 little kids here? He said, well, send them home. I said, I can't, they're ours. And he simply would not, he wouldn't take no for an answer. And I must say, I'm deeply grateful to this man for the greatest happiness I have. I mean, the career is so much fun. As you know, it makes me happy. And he insisted that I do it, and finally, I did it, and I'm so happy that I did, although we all made sacrifices. But he was a supporter, and he insisted that I do it, and thought that I was... Well, it was the beginning days of television, and there was Milton Berle in a dress, and he said I looked so much like him.
If it is true that Virginia, Kay, and Phyllis, all of you grew up with television, can I put it that way? And you were the first women of television. That is not
I have an RCA tube in my body.
And around in your body and around screen. And if Pudgy then is the
baby.
Meaning old
Baby. Baby.
Off breast milk.
A baby.
Oh, you didn't like it? Oh.
Here's another very talented young woman who has made a lot of professional noise and has drawn a lot of attention recently. Is the mystery guest there? Did you have something you wanted to say to Miss Diller?
I did. Roses are red, violets are blue. You blazed the trail, so I could work too.
Oh, my heavens, Elaine Boozler.
Come on.
Oh. Look at you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my dear.
You have to bring a present.
That's right. That's right. Never go to a house without a pound cake. That's what my mother always said. I feel pretty good, thanks. And happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yes, we couldn't find the station, and Officer Herbert led us here with the siren. I said, she's only 70. She'll live. We'll get there.
Did you have a Taiwanese driver? Mine got here on a tape that a cop made it.
He had a tape, but it was Springsteen. We couldn't get the directions off of it. So. I got you a T-shirt that says, this is what 40 looks like. I figure if you wear it and walk down the street, everyone about to turn 40 will die. So.
What?
Yeah.
Save the paper, dear, for
Sure.
I couldn't bring my present here. I gave her a car.
A car. Oh, my God. I got to see my T-shirt.
Oh, listen, how many of us want this
Let's
T-shirt?
see what it
Let's
says.
see this.
It says here, this is what 40 looks like.
food shop, and he says, where's the borscht? And the man says to him, he just went home for lunch.
Happy birthday, Phyllis. I would like to know how many times you've been married?
Twice.
Okay.
For real, but always forever to fame. He's forever.
Okay, one other question. Virginia, I understand that at the present time you're unattached.
Detached or unattached? You mean
you have no commitment, no commitment to...
Honey, darling,
you're alone.
What was.
Okay. Well, do you date?
I've had a couple that came from the ASPCA.
I'd like to know what a 70-plus woman does on a date.
What does she do on the date?
What does she do on a date?
Well, takes one look at him and says she's got to get home. She doesn't feel well. No, it's very hard. I want to tell you something. They're so boring, and they all have halitosis.
Happy birthday, Miss Diller. And I just wanted to say that you look absolutely fantastic for the age of 70. You look marvelous. Yeah. I also wanted to find out where you got your style of comedy from. Was it just
Where did I
Natural
get it?
or, yes.
I think I really was very much influenced by my guru, Bob Hope, because I was, as a child, and I'm glad he's not listening, listened to him on radio, you see. And it was the same cadence, the same delivery, and the same one-liners, and I admired him always, never knowing that one day I would meet him and become a friend. It was a...
How old were you, Kay? Pardon me.
I'm Phyllis.
Yes, I knew you were. How old were you?
75.
When you got up? I have young timer. How old were you when you went into the field, as it were?
37.
I was 39.
39. Well, but you see, it doesn't matter what age if you have it, and she obviously has it.
I have something in the oven, yes.
Let me get Elaine in here for this observation. I don't think you can be funny without being just a little anti-male. I don't mean in your heart of hearts.
Shut up.
Wonderful. Oh, my God.
She knocked us all off.
Phyllis sang and gave us this mythical husband. All right, I'm off. Yes.
There are many comedians who are popular at a certain era, a certain time, but you seem to last all through everything. What is it about your type of humor you think that's lasted so long?
That's lasted, and that is a good point.
What makes your specific humor? And also between you and Virginia, I'm just curious, which one of you owns, you have to own a red Mercedes sports car or something. I could just picture you getting in a nice red car and just taking off down the beach.
Well, our buses are yellow in New York.
Well, you see, I am a car lover. I adore cars, and I have a classic Rolls, and I drive an Excalibur that's got those pipes coming out.
You really do?
Oh, yeah, and the Hornplace River cries. Ooh. And I, what was the other question?
Comedy.
Oh, comedy, oh, yeah. The reason I've lasted is that I have tried very hard to stay abreast of what's going on. I've tried not to get old-fashioned, and I've tried to talk about things that are current. Right now I talk a lot about Jimmy Baker, and Tammy Faye, and I'm so sick of that Lee's press-on face.
Can I answer? May I answer his question? I think funny is funny, and I don't care how old you are or how young. If you're funny, you are funny. Like Jack Benny he's funnier today than when he was on the air. If you just watch his shows, he thought funny. She thinks funny.
That's right.
Boy, and I can really, no doubt about it. Yeah. Jump in there, kid.
No, she is funny for every minute. That's why she's so much fun to be with. I'll ask her, how's your diet? And she says, my metabolism has stopped. Just like that. I mean, just constant.
Well, I just found out at this age, I am not fat. I retain water. You're looking at Lake Erie here.
Are you taking notes, Pudgy?
I've got them all down.
I mean, is there a comedian alive who hasn't heard his or her joke from someone else? Do you celebrate that? Does it make you angry?
I never believe in anyone owning a joke. How can you say what comes out of your mouth someone is feeling? They can't. Other than Kay Ballard, no one really... No. She was typing. No, you can't say anything. I don't think Miss Diller is the type of lady like... You walked in the club and I was on stage and I took one of your lines and twisted it and made it work for me.
I'd kill.
Okay, but she wouldn't at 68, 67. She was different.
Oh, that turning point.
The turning point.
Phyllis, when your children were growing up, did they ever ask you to entertain at their parties?
Well, let's ask Stephanie.
No.
Did we have parties?
No.
We never home.
She was busy working, making money to support us all.
Isn't she funny at home, too?
Oh, every minute. It's all laughter whenever I'm with Mother. That's why it's just so much fun.
You never expected this to be a marketing product, however. A marketable product. No child does, Stephanie.
No. Embarrassed by
But you saw this energy that America's come to know, not to mention Australia, Monte Carlo, Canada, Great Britain. You've been around the world, Dick. This is obviously what made her very, very commercial. was the personality that you saw long before anybody saw it in a nightclub. You remember this kind of?
Oh, yes.
Even with 5 kids, we had this kind of happiness there.
Excuse me?
With 5 children, even, she was able to exude this kind of
Before I was professional.
Oh, no, yes, definitely, definitely.
Stephanie, does comedy run in your family?
Oh, definitely. We're just funny all the time. All of us, you know.
Miss Diller, I just want to wish you a happy birthday. And also, if you had to live your life over again, would you choose the same career or would you do anything differently?
It would be identical. I am so happy being funny. Yes.
I think we all would want to be ourselves again.
No, we don't. You do.
Oh, I do. I love it. Oh.
Happy birthday,
I want
Miss
to come
Diller.
back as Raquel
70, you look
Welch.
terrific. I'm 75, you look terrific. But honestly, do you have any of the aging ailments? Do you ever feel bad? Do you ever feel like you're growing old?
Oh, my God. My middle name is hiatus hernia. If I see a cucumber in a commercial, darling, I belch Annie Laurie.
You know, Phyllis has always been positive. She's always been... well, God did a little dance around Phyllis. Let's put it that way.
And he was out of step every time.
I just have one more. I have one more guest who will drop in on videotape.
A guest, another one?
Yes, but he's on. This person is. It is a he. Roll that tape. Here's a message for you from an old friend.
I can't see the tape.
And I'm very happy to be part of this celebration for Phyllis Diller today. Since I write songs for a living, I can't really think of any great way to get off without a little ditty. Unfortunately, I've been busily occupied the last few days, so I just wrote this song. This is evidence we're introducing Your Honor into, this is Exhibit A, thank you. I wrote this in the car coming over. It's not a very good song, but then it wasn't a very good car either. So I think I can remember. Phyllis, you know how to kill us. You're a hit from the time you say good evening, folks. Nothing could be finer than to hear a sharp one-liner from Phyllis, the queen of the jokes. Happy birthday, Phyllis. Happy anniversary. Happy whatever it is. A haircut.
Wasn't that nice?
Crazy about you. Yeah.
Stephanie, has it ever happened that you would have wanted your mother to be serious, but she wasn't?
No, that's never happened. She was serious when it was appropriate. We have a great relationship.
A line of work, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Holy mackerel. Oh, goodness.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, wow.
Pick it up. Hold it.
Yeah. Do it.
Fire, block away. See the fire. This is John Dyke.
It's a party.
We love you, and we thank you for letting us share your birthday. Phyllis,